Part 1. Of communion with each person distinctly. Of communion with the Father. Chapter 1. That the saints have communion with God. 1 John chapter 1, verse 3. Consider to that purpose somewhat of the nature of communion in general. In the first epistle of John, chapter 1, verse 3, the apostle assures them whom he wrote that the fellowship of believers is with the Father and with his Son, Jesus Christ. And this he does with such unusual kind of expression as bears the force of an asseveration, whence we have rendered it, truly our fellowship is with the Father and with his Son, Jesus Christ. The outward appearance and condition of the saints in those days being very mean and contemptible, their leaders being accounted as the filth of this world, and as the offscouring of all things, the inviting of others into fellowship with them, and a participation of the precious things which they did enjoy, seems to be exposed to many contrary reasonings and objections. What benefit is there in communion with them? Is it anything else but to be sharers in troubles, reproaches, scorns, and all manners of evils? To prevent or remove these and the like expectations, the apostle gives them to whom he wrote to know, and that with some earnestness of expression, that notwithstanding all the disadvantages their fellowship lay under, unto a carnal view, yet in truth it was, and would be found to be, in reference to some with whom they held it, very honorable, glorious, and desirable. For truly, says he, our fellowship is with the Father and with his Son, Jesus Christ. This being so earnestly and directly asserted by the apostle, we may boldly follow him with our affirmations, namely, that the saints of God have communion with him. And a holy and spiritual communion it is, as it shall be declared. How this is spoken distinctly in reference to the Father and the Son must afterward be fully opened and carried on. By nature, since the entrance of sin, no man has any communion with God. He is light, we darkness. And what communion has light with darkness? He is life, we are dead. He is love, and we are enmity. And what agreement can there be between us? Men in such a condition have neither Christ, nor hope, nor God in the world. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 12. Being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them. Chapter 4, verse 18. Now two cannot walk together unless they be agreed. Amos chapter 3, verse 3. While there is a distance between God and man, there is no walking together for them in any fellowship or communion. Our first interest in God was so lost by sin as that there was left unto us, in ourselves, no possibility of a recovery. As we had deprived ourselves of all power for a return, so God had not revealed any way of access unto him, or that he could, under any consideration, be approached unto by sinners in peace. Not any work that God had made, not any attribute that he had revealed, could give the least light into such a dispensation. The manifestation of grace and pardoning mercy, which is the only door of entrance into any such communion, is not committed unto any, but unto him alone, in whom it is, by whom that grace and mercy was purchased, through whom it is dispensed, who reveals it from the bosom of the Father. Hence, this communion and fellowship with God is not in express terms mentioned in the Old Testament. The thing itself is found there, but the clear light of it and the boldness of faith in it is discovered in the gospel, and by the Spirit administered therein. By that Spirit we have this liberty. 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 17 and 18. Abraham was the friend of God. Isaiah chapter 41, verse 8. David, a man after God's own heart. Enoch walked with him. Genesis chapter 5, verse 22. All enjoying this communion and fellowship for the substance of it. But the way into the holiest was not yet made manifest while the first tabernacle was standing. Hebrews chapter 9, verse 8. Though they had communion with God, yet they had not parrhesion, a boldness and confidence in that communion.